All right, friends, welcome to the show. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. We got a good one to talk about today. Listen, friends, if you're interested in the U.S. housing market, and I really hope you are, not only because I love real estate and I work in real estate and I have real estate and I'll take a hit in the next downturn, which is why this is so very important as you're getting straight talk from a guy in the industry with financial gain that's still here trying to protect people with economic awareness. But the realities are, and anybody that's been with me for a while, and if you've been with me for a while, thank you. And if you're new, please subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. Jump into the comments. A lot of iron sharpens iron going on in there. But the realities are this, friends. If most people have been here for a while know that the U.S. housing market is the biggest asset class in the world, why it attracts the most amount of investors, foreign and domestic, and through stimulus, the money dump, the casino climate, it went on to hyperspeed because of lockdowns, stay-at-home orders, stifled inventory. Voila, that's how we got the bubble that we're in now in a roundabout way. So there's one data point left that's really holding the bubble up at this point, and it's flatlining at best, probably going down a tick or two. In a lot of cities, we're starting to see registered declines. So you can't really say this time is different. There's no crash risk here. We already see some areas displaying crash risk as we speak. Real estate is very local. Some will get hit quicker, some will rebound faster, but everybody gets hit if we get into a deep cycle recession, correction, recession, depression. Those are the three levels that we have to navigate through, friends. But there is one last data point that is, in fact, holding this one up, why you haven't seen prices across the board start to decline at alarming levels. And because this is real estate, slow-moving land, tangible asset, it will not crash overnight, although it wouldn't surprise me if something comes out of the left field and does a complete rug pull, a flash crash. Throw the playbook out the window. The data will not save you. This will come down to the psychology of people, the psychology of sales. And as a trained salesman, let me just know, I know personally, like that's the thing. Once I get you to buy, you're buying, the sky could be falling. And the builders and everybody else knows that too. But there's one last piece of data that's holding this one up. Have you guessed what that one is yet? It's only one. There's only one left. As soon as we lose this one, you will have a guaranteed downturn on your hands. Inventory, a lack of inventory, because we're in a restricted inventory environment at the moment, approximately almost half of what would be considered a normal amount of inventory. That's the only thing left propping this one up. So what's going to be the catalyst? What's going to cause inventory to come? Well, if I was forward thinking, critical thinking, I would say stimulus, the money dump, the reverse course, now the U.S. savings rate at an all-time low with the U.S. debt, credit card use at an all-time high, repos skyrocketing on people's cars, people underneath $1,000 a month car payments. I could go on and on and on. But there is one thing that I'm watching pretty closely as well. And that's going to be job loss, layoffs. And we're already getting reports from the heavy hitters that did really well in a lockdown environment doing that exact same thing. And the people that were locked down, service sector, blue-collar wage-earning jobs, in lockdowns, they suffered during lockdowns, but now they're reopening and they're hiring. So you can replace your white-collar income with blue-collar income at the moment. We're getting reports of people doing exactly that, maybe taking a couple blue-collar jobs to compete with their white-collar income. Even white-collar income wage earners, they went out, here's what happened. People went out and spent differently, but a lot of people also did refinance. They refinanced their debt and used their house as the piggy bank, the collateral, the backing in order to achieve those refinances. And now what we're seeing is potentially a lot of people unable to keep up with those costs, and they're going to start running for the exits. We got a subscriber, get a lot of your stuff. I wish I could post everything I get, but today we're going to utilize one of you, a subscriber email and a property asking if I would take a look to drive today's point home. So let's jump over to today's featured property. Then we'll meet back here to wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, buckle up and strap in as we jump into my email. Hi, Scott. I'm from New Jersey. Can you look at this disaster listing? You are right. People are running for the exits. I watch your show every day. Can you put this on your YouTube? Thanks. Well, ask and you shall receive. Let's jump into today's property. Hey friends, buckle up and strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even put on that face mask if you still have one. Today's property might be a disaster. We'll have to read between the lines and look between the cracks. Now let's jump over to today's property and take a peek around and see what we can uncover. All right, friends, we've arrived at today's listing. You can go ahead and unlock those doors and roll down that window, but maybe keep that face mask on. Let's see what we got here. We got a property that's potentially sucking air, a possible squatter. There's some furniture, but not a lot. It's kind of trashed, but a few rooms look okay. Well, let's get into the numbers and see if anything else is okay. Now let's go ahead and read our property's description. Welcome to your extremely spacious 3-bedroom in an extremely desirable area in need of some TLC. This home has great curb appeal and a ton of potential. The same exact model just sold for $344,000. Things are looking a little desperate. And guess what else we have here? You guessed it, a mile-long description. Anytime you see a description this long, it shows me we're getting desperate. Let's go ahead and look at some price history. All right, now let's get into the numbers. It looks like our property's stuck on the market at $200,000 and needs significant work and possible squatters. And as we can see from the graph down below, our property has done a complete free fall. This one is going downhill and going downhill fast. Let's look a little further. It gets better or worse depending on how you're looking at it. Our property last sold in 2006 for $205,000, the last real estate bubble. It exceeded it, reverse course, and is now about to sell for less. Now let's check its cost to carry. All right, hold on to your hats and your glasses. If we were to give them their asking price of approximately $200,000 at today's interest rate with a standard amount down, our approximate cost to carry would be around $1,500. Now let's see its rent range. Property has an estimated rent estimate of $2,000 a month. This one would actually cash flow. Unfortunately, for some reason, it's stuck on the market going through the kiss of death. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go. Thank you to the subscriber that sent that in as well. And saying thank you to everybody else that sends in great stuff too. I do my best to post it here and there whenever I can at least. And the realities are this, friends, what we're seeing now, and what I really wanted to use this now that I think about it. See, most of us browse properties online. I think the most important thing you can do when buying a home is examine your cost to carry the home. If you're pulling a mortgage, today's interest rate, standard amount down, what's my cost to hold up this home? Not just the mortgage, my cost to carry, which you usually want to add, a few $100s a month at minimum on a house like this on top of your mortgage for the cost to operate the home. Then, just for kicks and giggles, if you want to know the true health of your home, the true value rather of your home, what would it rent for? Because someday you might decide, hey, let's put a renter in this, honey, and then let's buy another home and stack up a few properties and build our wealth in real estate, where 90% of all millionaires made their wealth. Not going for the FOMO factory, cookie cutter, sardine can house, falling in love with finishes and furnishings on a house that hasn't even been built for a rate buy down to get you in. No, that is not what I want you to do. Personally, I like existing construction. Now, the house we looked at today, alarming. It sold in the last bubble. In the twos. It's about to sell again. In this bubble, in the twos. That's alarming, really. This house needed work. They came on at the mid-range value or lower end value range of a property in, if you looked at that graph, a declining market. When we see description a mile long, it tells us our sellers very motivated. They kind of gave us their life story. I always say no life stories, no hard luck stories. Anytime you're looking for a job or house or anything, just stick to the bullet points. That's what I would have done. I would have bullet pointed this. I wouldn't have sugarcoated it. House needs work, price to sell, pencils out. Done, sold. I already got that thing sold. That's the way we need to look at this. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the waters we're swimming in now, shark infested, and many people are going to start running for the exits. We looked at a property today that's potentially demonstrating exactly that. Somebody had potentially somebody in the home. They're out of the home. They're waiting for the door knock so they can just leave their mattresses behind and run for the exits. That's, in fact, what I'm seeing there. There's one last thing holding this market up, and that's just the lack of inventory. But guess what, friends? Inventory has always come. We've never kept a stifled inventory environment in history. It's not if, it's when. It's now what brings it. I'm going to be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.